Resumes and cover letters are as much about look as they are content. The old adage, you can't judge a book by its cover, unfortunately in this space is wrong because so many individuals who are looking to decide which candidates to interview, they are going by look. And a big reason why is because they're looking for somebody who has strong attention to detail. They want to know that you put in the effort in applying, and part of that effort in their minds is you creating a pleasing to look at document. So one of the tricks to make that happen is after you've written all the content, before you go and you apply, we're going to do some reformatting. And I'm going to teach you a few tricks to use throughout that can speed up that reformatting process. So here's my resume. It has listed on here what I believe an employer should need to know about me to convey my value, my experiences, and some of my passions. As I'm looking through my document, I can tell by just putting my cursor towards the bottom that I have free space down here. I have 1, 2, 3 lines that are currently underutilized. So that means that I have some space that I can add into. Now, I could go and look to add in some more examples, but instead, I'm going to try to provide a little bit more flair to it. One of the tricks to do it is to just increase the font size of some of the items that you're working on. Perhaps I want to increase the font size of the organization that I worked at. Go from 11 to 13. So let's see what that does to the entire document. Now I could go and make that adjustment clicking each time on it, but instead what I'm going to use is the formatting painter. So the format painter is right up here on the home tab. It looks like a paintbrush. So with your cursor, highlighting the text that you like the way it looks, the size, the boldness, the font type, highlight it, then click Format Painter, and then go and highlight what you would like to change to match that. And then once you've highlighted exactly what you want changed, let go. So let's do the same thing with the other two positions to see how it's going to adjust the document. Now, you might have seen that it pushed some of my lines over. The reason why it did that is because my lines were just spacing. So I can go back and I can fix that by pressing the space key and backspacing to adjust it. And notice that this is taking me a little bit of time to do. Right now I'm trying to fix some of the spacing, and now I'm noticing that this one here is just not going to fly. So what can I do to fix that? A neat trick that I like to use is putting tables into resumes, but making them hidden. So how do you put in a hidden table? Let's just free up some space at the top, and we go to the Insert button and Table. Click that, and then it gives you these empty boxes that essentially are going to tell you vertically how many rows I want to have, and horizontally how many columns. In the example that I have below, what I'm really looking for is 2 rows and 2 columns. So let's put that in, and then I'm just going to go and copy and paste over what I have below. Okay, so now I want these to be aligned to the right. So just like I would if it were a paragraph, I would go up to the Home tab, and then right above paragraph, align right. And I'll do that for the one just below as well. Now that I have it the way that I know that I like it, I'm going to highlight the table, let go. If I right click it, I can go to border styles. I don't want to adjust the border right now, What I'm really looking to do is I'm looking to make the table properties different. So if I click on table properties and I go to borders and shading, what I have as an option here, you'll see that all of these are currently checked on. I want to check all of those off. And what that will do is that will make it so that my table is hidden. When I click away now, I can't even tell it's a table until I hover my mouse over and I see this little expansion toggle that shows up. And don't worry, employers won't see that. So let's delete this part here. Don't worry, we'll get that bullet point back. To bring the bullet point back, we just go back up to the bullets, fixes it right up. A trick with bullet points is if you're looking to put a space in between it, go to the first bullet point, put the cursor at the beginning, press enter. You'll notice it has just a blank bullet. If you press the up arrow and then backspace, it'll just get rid of that for you. But I don't want mine to be that way. I want them to be right up at the top. So what I've just done there is I've made it so that this is perfectly aligned, and as I adjust the font sizes, it'll stay within its cells. So a nice trick in order for being able to keep your document fairly clean throughout. And what that'll allow me to do is increase the font size, again, using the format painter. Another trick that I want to show you is related to links. So I'm lucky, my last name is unique. So when I go to LinkedIn, I can just have one that says Latest. A lot of people have last names that are more common, so your URL looks longer. It's not obvious that it leads to you. So what you can do instead of just listing the link itself is you can use a hyperlink. And I'll show you how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the right side here, and I'm going to type what I want the link to look like. Don't worry about the actual URL just yet, but I can say my LinkedIn profile. So then what I do is I just take the link from below, Control C, or you can right click and do copy, then highlight the full string of words that you're looking to have linked towards your profile. Right click that, and then what you'll see as you scroll down here is link. Click link. It starts right here with the cursor on address. That's great. Either right click and paste or Control V and click OK. And it turns blue. So when you hover your mouse cursor over it, you'll see that it says Control and click to follow the link. When I do that with the one below, you'll notice it's the exact same link. So that's a great way of cleaning up a document so it doesn't look so long. I have another one that's down here below that I use as an example for a fundraising campaign that I worked on. I like the way that the link looks, so I'm not going to change it, but I would also consider adjusting this one if it had a string of numbers at the end. Remember, with a resume, we're always trying to conserve space as much as possible, because every line that you can save can either be used to highlight something through increasing the text size or give you more space for an additional example. So these are some tricks that you can use to help build your resume out so that you can both save space, but then also make it more pleasing to the eye.